Hi everyone, my name is Mark. These are my takeaways from this course. So, to start things off, empathy. Empathy is something that I kind of always knew about, but I didn't really understand it. So, empathy is really understanding life through someone else's eyes, feeling what they feel. The example in this course that I can just remember off the top of my head is Mrs. Hancock or Miss Hancock. Essentially, she kind of bent the rules and understood a student and their situation and try to build around that. Understanding someone else and understanding a different perspective, asking questions like, why do you do that? Asking questions, what caused that reaction out of you? It really gives you insight into someone else's life and lets you think not only as an educator, but you think as a role model. Having empathy as a teacher is something that is a necessity, and this course really opened my eyes when it came to that definition. Another thing is inclusion. Inclusion is just about creating a society where all children and especially their families feel welcomed and valued. I always knew what inclusion meant. I never really had someone to explain it to me. For me, inclusion is a mixture of beliefs, having people just create just a unified society. As someone who has a background in Bosnia, my family came here and I always had these very interesting lunches packed for me. When I was in the public education system, I had a lot of people make fun of me, make fun of the meals that my mom made. And my mom would also write little notes for me, but she wrote it in the Bosnian language, which was it was very embarrassing for me as a kid. And I think inclusion and having no hush topics, educating students that there's always going to be differences, but entertain them and give them questions so we can understand each other, building a society where everyone's welcomed and especially valued. I didn't understand that until I really learned what inclusion meant. Teaching philosophy. So teaching philosophy is reasons for teaching, and there's always going to be personal and teaching growth. People change. Just as you get older, you change how you view this world. I really liked how there's different methods that teachers can conduct. There's always psychology behind everything. And learning about teaching philosophy really taught me how I can view my students and especially view how they learn. And teachers change, teachers adapt, and they improvise their philosophy as they age and mature in their profession. And as someone who is currently 19, down the line in 50 years, I will be something much different. And if you saw that question pop on, I'm sorry, I was just ranting on and on. I actually really love this course. The question that popped on was, what are your motivations for wanting to become a teacher, and how do you believe you can positively impact the lives of students? For me, I really want to be a teacher because I always hated learning until I had my A-push teacher in 11th grade. And just watching how he talked about the subject and really engaged the students, he never had anyone skip his class. Everyone was always there. So that's why.